Dr. Joseph Aiello from San Diego Center for Integrative Family Medicine, and today I'm here to have a conversation with our nutritionist, Lisa Marie Rowell, and today we're going to discuss some topics around medical nutrition. So Lisa Marie, how long have you been a nutritionist?
I've been practicing nutrition for about 12 years, but I've been in the last 9 years practicing functional nutrition.
Okay, so and you've done this in various medical clinics?
I've done it at chiropractic clinics, now in this healthcare center. I've done it with various clients.
And when you see the different patients that come through, what seems to be a common theme, or is there a common theme that kind of runs through?
There are common themes. I would say that the most common things are fatigue. That's like a common thread with everybody. It seems like everybody is hypothyroid or has some sort of fatigue going on. Insomnia is another big one. People are having a hard time, maybe not necessarily dropping into sleep all the time, but waking throughout the night. Digestive issues, I see a lot of those. And blood sugar issues are actually quite common. So even though somebody's labs look clean and they're not pre-diabetic or diabetic, I often see in their symptomology that they have reactive hypoglycemia.
So what's really interesting about what you just said is when people think of nutrition, they often think, oh, diet and weight loss. But what you just described was a lot of medical issues that I find in like 75% of the population. So insomnia, fatigue, depression, and then of course metabolic issues such as diabetes and blood pressure and cholesterol issues. So we can use nutrition to help these people with these other sort of what someone would consider diet issues.
They wouldn't consider their diet being linked, but it is linked, because I've witnessed it over and over again over the years, especially here in your healthcare center. I see it often where dietary interventions or maybe metabolic detox programs actually do get you more energy, you sleep better. But mainly what I've seen reversal of conditions like diabetes and high cholesterol.
And blood pressure. Yeah, and what I've started talking to patients about is what we consider an inflammatory diet versus a low inflammatory diet, a high inflammatory versus low. And what a lot of people are eating is a very high inflammatory diet, and they don't feel well with it. They're inflamed, and they'll tell me, I feel inflamed. And what they'll notice is they have swellings, their joints are swollen, their joints are painful, they're tired, they have brain fog, they have just a lot of different issues. So converting them from a high inflammatory diet to a low inflammatory diet can be very beneficial for them metabolically, medically, just general well-being.
Their aches and pains improve.
It's amazing.
Just by changing their diet. It's like an immediate, within a few days, people will start reporting to me that they're feeling more energetic. They don't feel that afternoon where they get drowsy after lunch.
And I just want to emphasize that when people think of nutrition, they're always thinking weight loss and diabetes, but really it encompasses your whole physical being. What you're putting in your body is going to determine how you feel and how you work, how your body works. So lately we've been doing a Bmi campaign, and we're looking at the Bmi as a way of sort of quickly identifying people that are overweight and obese. And so when you see people coming through, what kind of percentage of people do you see that are in the obese category?
BMI category? I haven't really been keeping a tally, but it's much more than you think. I was actually quite surprised now that I'm looking at BMI, and we're even going a step further, not with going further with doing BCA, body composition analysis. So we'll initially look at your BMI as a guideline, but then we go deeper. It's more individual, where we not only weigh you, but we do your body fat composition, and that's even more telling.
And that's a test that we do here.
We do that
it's
here.
a very easy test. People hold a little machine, and then we can the computer will tell us, what does it tell us? Fat,
and hydration.
And hydration and lean body mass.
And I would say at least 50% of the patients that I see are dehydrated.
Oh, that's
that's a basic thing, water.
Well, people are either drinking enough water, or they're drinking other things such as sodas or caffeinated drinks like teas and coffees, and the caffeine acts as a diuretic, and then they become more dehydrated.
It's true. And unfortunately, constipation, I'd say probably half the patients I see.
And so then when we have people with high BMIs, You can talk to them about their nutritional routine, and also we have the Ideal Protein weight loss program. Did you want to give some highlights on that?
Oh, I would love to. Well, now that I've witnessed it for a couple years now, it's a reoccurring theme. When someone reduces their BMI, loses weight, reduces their body fat percentage, they greatly reduce the risks for metabolic issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or blood sugar issues. And what I've seen is that not only have they greatly improved, but many of the patients have actually reversed these conditions. Right?
Oh yeah,
you see it in the labs.
I've seen hemoglobin A1Cs come down from 8s and 9s down into the 5s and low 6s.
Right. And then doing the labs every 3 months. I've seen all these reversals within 3 months.
And more importantly, the patients actually feel better.
They feel better.
They just have a new lease on
life.
life.
They feel better. And what I love about the Ideal Protein program that we're facilitating here is that it's very convenient and very effective.
Yes.
Because when people typically start a program, they're in pain, they're low on energy, they have, like you were saying, all the brain fog, and so they don't really have the energy to meal plan, shop, cook whole natural foods, and this way it gets them started, and then they start feeling fantastic. Once they drop the weight and they reverse all those conditions, they have all the energy and mental clarity they need.
Right, yeah, we've seen it, I know, I've seen it. And then, and something you introduced me to was the concept of detox, like the 21-day detox, which I wasn't that familiar with, but I've seen patients go through it, and I've been pretty astounded with the results that they get as far as some of the weight loss, the feeling. It's a low inflammatory diet. They feel better, their joints feel better, they have more mental clarity, they have more energy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the 21-day metabolic detox program that we've been facilitating. I've been facilitating it for over 9 years, and it's astounding. It's life-changing.
Right.
It goes beyond just metabolic detox. It nourishes their body. It really puts them on track with good eating habits, right? It takes 21 days to create a habit, and then we continue to coach them from there so that they are able to maintain those eating habits. And I've seen fatty liver disease actually reverse in that 21-day period. I know it sounds crazy,
it's definitely.
but I've seen it twice in 9 years. I've seen it happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's that idea of giving people a jump start. Like, they do something to get going. They start feeling better, and then they're able to put some energy toward continuing that for longevity and a longer lasting, healthier lifespan. I mean, I've always said I think people can live to be 100 years old, but when you live to be that age, you want to live to be healthy.
Right.
And what you're putting in your body is critical. And that's why you're here, to help people with their nutrition.
And as you can attest to, everything that we eat directly impacts our DNA.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So those genes that we think
that
from family history, we can turn them on just like that by eating a poor diet.
Right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I did want to add a little bit about the Ideal Protein program. So I wanted to highlight what's different, because there are so many weight loss programs out there, right?
Yes.
And I'm not saying they're all bad. They do their job. But what's different about Ideal Protein is the way the macronutrients. It's like high protein, low carb, low fat. It's actually a ketogenic diet. We've been hearing a lot about keto lately. It's been on every magazine cover imaginable, right? And that high-fat keto, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's actually quite therapeutic and has been very effective in working. But it's not. You have to be careful how you manage that. Like, the clinician should help you manage that, because it could stress out your gallbladder. Eating that much high fat, because it's not really indigenous to our region. We're not Eskimos, right? So it's not how we eat. It shouldn't be part of our daily lifestyle. However, with this ketogenic diet, because it is lower in fat, there's none of that risk involving, right? And so then it really expedites the fat loss, because now when you're in ketosis, you're in fat burning mode. So now your body is going to use the fat here, right, on your body.
That's stored fat.
For energy.
Right.
Right? And so it
very
disappears
effective.
quickly. So that's one thing I have to say, is that with this program, you maintain more muscle mass.
That's the idea of the protein, is to maintain that lean body, muscle mass, and organ mass, because that burns the fat.
Right. And secondly, and even more importantly, what's different about this program is that yes, you achieve the weight loss very effectively, and like other clinics, you can as well. However, they're like, yay, congratulations, you know, and then they don't leave you with any instructions on how to live your life after that. What we do here is very different. I think we're the only ones doing it, that once you reach your weight loss goal, we transition you out very safely and coach you on a very sound, practical eating plan that's actually individualized for you. Right, yes. And we do that for over a 1 year period to ensure that you maintain your weight.
Well, people have put a lot of effort,
right,
a good amount of money,
right,
and time into this, and we want them to be successful and achieve that weight loss, and they do too. But also importantly is I want them to continue with that state of health.
Right.
I mean, that's critical.
Yeah, so then we get to coach them for over a year, and then they're able to maintain not just their weight loss, but their health as well.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, thank you very much. This has been very entertaining, informative. And we'll see you around. We're always here to help you.